Now, Shelina Mohammed is the best-selling author of Love in a Headscarf, a memoir about growing up as a British Muslim woman. She was named as one of the UK's 100 most powerful Muslim women and is a mother of 2 young girls. Her new book, Be Beautiful, is about feeling extraordinary, radiating confidence and celebrating diversity in how we look. I mean, who doesn't want some of that? And I'm delighted to say that Shelina joins us now. Welcome to Good Morning Sunday.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now tell us, the book is lovely, by the way. I've already earmarked it for my goddaughter, who's 12, and I'm like, this is perfect for her. It says everything I'd like to teach her as a godmother. What was your aim in the book? What inspired you to write it?
Well, the book was inspired by my own daughters, and I remember having a conversation with the older one when she was about 5, and I did that terrible thing that mothers aren't supposed to do, whereas I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh, Hannah, look, I've got muffin tops. And she sort of gave me a very stern look and she said, Mummy, you're perfectly beautiful just as you are. And I thought, this is great. I'm being taught Feminism 101 by my 5-year-old. But there was a sort of sadness with that because I worried that as she grew up, perhaps that beautiful confidence that she had and that inherent belief that all women in all their own ways are beautiful would be lost because of the terrible experiences that we're seeing our girls go through around body image and mental health. And that's really where the idea of the book was born. And so the aim is to say, look, our girls are really smart. They just need tools to be able to navigate how ideas of beauty are formed, why they're important. I don't believe we should just brush them under the carpet and just say, oh, no, you are beautiful, darling. You know, that's fine. I think we all think about how we look and we should respect our girls to do the same. And so what I've done in the book, as you said, is to be really playful and funny. My girls tell me there is a sense of humour, so I'm going with that. And, show them how ideas have changed through history. There's no fixed idea of being beautiful, how beauty varies across the world, what science says about beauty. And perhaps most important for me is that it's jam-packed with stories of different kinds of women, all of whom are beautiful and all of whom have amazing accomplishments, so that everybody can find the story for them in the book.
You're absolutely right. And it's that thing, my daughter's nearly 21 now, but she's the one that keeps me accountable, in terms of if I have got, I don't feel very beautiful today, or I feel really fat, or I feel this, I feel that. She goes, Mum, we're not having any of that. Look at you, you're amazing. And she sends me little clips and pictures and stuff to encourage me to try and change my thinking. And it's so wonderful that younger generation are keeping us accountable, because of the baggage that we carry. Do you think things are getting better and changing? Are we seeing increasing diversity of body shape and size around us as role models?
When I was researching the context of the book, I came across some statistics which really terrified me. So around a third of girls aged 7 to 10 think that they're rated more on their appearance than their abilities. And around a third think that also their looks are their most important attribute. And really scarily, by 7, 1 in 4 children have tried dieting. So we are living in a period where we do have to be much more careful about the way girls see themselves and the kind of images that they are exposed to. I think we are starting to see more diversity in the kinds of body shapes and the kind of, skin tones and the way that hair is portrayed. But I don't think we should be complacent that all is solved. And as parents, certainly, and speaking as a mother of 2 girls, we have to go the extra mile, I think, to make sure that our girls have all the right tools and they're resilient, but also joyful in their appearance and the way they look, because it's such a great way to express ourselves and to identify what is important to us and how we find our place in the world. So the idea of the book is not to make it scary or onerous or burdensome, but to make it joyful and funny and exciting to want to think about your body and its place in the world.
You talked about some of the stories in there, and someone once gave me a top tip. What they said is, perhaps it's not your body that's the wrong shape, perhaps it's the era that's the wrong shape. But she said, why don't you look back through history and find pictures and images of women who look like you, and then save those pictures onto your home screen. So I went back to Rubenesque paintings and that sort of thing, and found someone who had a bottom roughly my size, and saved that picture and put it on my home screen. So every time I felt bad about myself, I just thought, well, perhaps I was just born in the wrong era, and looked at these wonderful curves and body shapes and thought, oh, actually, beauty looks like all sorts of things, and if the great artists of the past thought my bottom was beautiful, who am I to argue? Perhaps that's it. And I remember once I did, I've told this story a few times, I did a skinny dip, and there was a lot of us on the beach, and I was stood behind a woman with the most amazing back fat that I have ever seen. It was glorious. She was like a landscape. And a little voice inside of me said, what if the very thing you find beautiful in someone else you can't find beautiful in yourself? And that was a real sobering moment for me. What's some of your favourite stories in the book?
Oh my God, the book is packed with stories. So I'm a huge fan of Serena Williams. My previous book was about her. And I think a penny drop moment for me when I was reading her story was that she says her body is her weapon. And she uses that to express herself and achieve her accomplishments. So that's a really inspiring story for me. I love the story of Jane Fonda and how she's completely reinvented herself so many times, but used her beauty as a form of activism. And particularly in her most recent reinvention with her white hair, which I think is absolutely stunning. I love the story of Nimi, who is this global superstar Bollywood actress from the 50s. And when her film came to the UK in 1952, they put a big poster of her up in central London, and the newspapers reported that they had never imagined that a woman of Indian heritage could be beautiful, which I think is just such a brilliant story about how we change our ideas of what being beautiful is. So, I think there are so many stories. We've got people with paler skin, darker skin, facial hair, body hair, tall, small. There is something for everybody. But the important thing that I've really tried to inject in the book is that how we look is important, but actually the accomplishments of these women and what they have achieved is really the thing that we need to be teaching our girls, because how you look is important and we do think about it, but what you achieve and the many ways we achieve it is really the fundamental of the you in the beautiful of the title of the book.
Well, Shelina, you've made some absolutely wonderful points this morning. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here on Good Morning Sunday. Be Beautiful, Radiate Confidence, Celebrate Difference and Express Yourself is out this Thursday. Thank you.